Okay, so I'm about to do the top coat of lacquer. I've got a new roller on to prevent any problems of contamination between the primer and the, you know, if you still have wet primer on the roller and you use a top coat polyurethane, then it can cause problems. So we're using the Strong Premium, which is a new product from Junkers, and it's fixed some of the old problems that they had. So, but it's just a basic single component polyurethane. I mean, every lacquer company has a version of this. So, with the top coat, with the, you know, after the primer, because it doesn't absorb so much, it's a little bit easier to spread. You don't need to panic quite so much about rushing around. So, yeah, so it's a little bit easier. So, but other than that, it's basically the same process. Not too much different here. So. You can see it's not got quite as much of the pigment in it, so it doesn't react the same way and go completely blue, as well as the fact that it's not reacting with the stain. So you can see how it's running down the floor. I don't know if it's very obvious in these videos, but the floor we're working on is actually completely unlevel. It's a bit of a nightmare. We were trying to think of ways to level it, but it's just a bit of a nightmare, really. So we just went with it. If you do end up with a bit of a build-up, a bit more than using you know, you put down a bit more than you actually use, you can always just move it aside like that and use that to brush the edge. Same process again, pulling it forward, then overlapping the connection, and again, then back. We normally do this with a 12-inch roller. Not many people do, but just that extra bit of width on the roller can mean a massive amount of difference in speed. This is actually a bit of a used old can, so it's gunking up inside the filter just here, so I'm struggling to get it out a bit, but there is enough in there. So at this point you might be finding or feeling that the grain of the wood is quite rough and coarse, and it looks a bit rough as well, feels rough, but you know, it's the water, especially from the water popping, that raises the grain like that. And once this coats down and dry, we can lightly abrade that surface to bring that grain raising down, so you've got a nice, clean, smooth, sleek surface to your floor. Done. Well, so I'm looking forward to seeing this dry, buffing it, coating it, and seeing the final product and how smooth it is. So We're starting to get there.